All right, welcome to the Inner Truth Seekers Academy Unveiling and deep dive today. So, super excited to share this with you. And just as an overview of what we're going to discover today, there's going to be a full live tour of the Inner Truth Seekers Academy and how we meticulously designed it for maximum transformation and connection, how to align with your soul's mission in life and work, and why this alignment is key to unshakable well-being and fulfillment, why going it alone might not be the most effective strategy for accelerating your evolution, and the exact transformation journey from self doubt to confidence, confusion to clarity, and isolation to authentic connection. Plus practical exercises to take steps towards embodying your soul blueprint now, plus a Q&A so that you'll leave knowing if the academy is a clear yes or no for your next step. So, to begin, just invite us all just to take a moment, just take a breath, just let the busyness of the day, just drop away for a moment and drop into that inner awareness, that inner truth that's always there, whether we're aware of it or not. So you can close your eyes, you can just breathe into your body, breathe into your heart center, and just remember that all the answers that you need are within inside you, and just tune into that inner knowing, whether you're aware of it or not. The love that's always there, whether you're aware of it or not, the inner peace that's there, whether you are aware of it or not, and the inner truth that's always speaking to you, whether you are aware of it or not. So, the Inner Truth Seekers Academy is designed to help you embody your soul's mission, live your dream life, and be a force of love on planet Earth simultaneously. And you'll hear us say this a lot. It's about amplifying your authenticity, your impact, and abundance as you live your soul's mission in service to others. So, how do we help you achieve that through the Academy? So, I'm just going to do a screen share right now. And can you see the screen? Just give a thumbs up if you can. Great. So, as you can see, amplify your authenticity, increase your abundance, elevate your impact, cultivate true community, and ground in your multidimensionality. This is not a surface level community. This is not another course. This is a multidimensional learning platform and community and academy, all brought into one, that's going to help you amplify your authenticity, your impact, and your abundance as you live your soul's mission in service to others. So, the reason I'm just coming back to our website, and of course you can find this at innertruthseekers.com, our website, but I'm here and I want to talk about the 4 pillars just briefly before we dive into the Academy platform. And the first pillar is collective consciousness and like-hearted community. Think of the Academy as your very own multidimensional learning community where you'll connect, learn, and potentiate your growth with the mutual support of other stellar like-hearted humans and seekers who also want to contribute to the planetary shift towards love. You'll also build friendships and reconnect with your soul family. So this is really a part at the heartbeat of the Academy. And the reason that we've built this, it's to help foster authentic human connection, not just for interaction, but for deep, authentic connection and friendship, for learning opportunities from each other, from a collective consciousness of like-hearted seekers. In other words, the souls who have incarnated on planet Earth, who are ready to take that deep step into being of service, of contributing to the planetary shift towards love. As we come together and learn from each other and potentiate each other, we create this field that resonates outwards and that helps to potentiate our own growth and support each other. A lot of what we always hear through our work with clients is that people who are stepping into their soul's mission, or in other words, beginning to understand their own soul's calling, their purpose for life, there's this isolation that usually occurs, that people start taking this step towards their inner truth, taking this step forward, and they feel isolated or alone, or maybe they're the only one in their kind of group doing it. And sometimes that can slow them down because they don't feel supported or they don't have other reflections. And we'll just do a brief overview here as well of the expert teachings and direct awareness training. So Jamie and I, we lead the academy, we run the academy. This is not outsourced. This is just a place where we get to share all the teachings that come through us that have helped us in our own life, that continue to help others through all of our work around the world. And essentially, if you've ever worked with us before, or if you're just coming to work with us for the first time, you'll know that the way that Jamie and I work and the way that the teachings come through us, it's always about direct awareness. It's about helping you have this experience directly in your own awareness field so that you learn through experience rather than someone just saying, go and read this book or do this. So grounded, practical exercises. So an example of that right now, we'll just tune in for a moment. And a grounded, practical exercise, an example of this will be just to tune into and just think, what is the most fun or exciting thing that you've done in the last 3 months? Not because someone told you, not because someone told you that you would achieve something, you did this, not because there was anything other than just this deep excitement and that you either saw it and were aware of it and ignored it, or you saw it and you were aware of it and you followed it. Just tune into that right now. What was the most exciting thing that you tuned into over the last 3 months or so? And then just become aware of that vibration and allow that vibration to illuminate through your body, through your heart, through your spirit, through your soul, through your mind, and just begin to become familiar with that excitement. Now, we're just very, very deeply, just very quickly, I should say, tuning into a deeper awareness of what our soul or our inner truth might be expressing to us. So this is an example of a direct awareness training where you get the answers directly yourself. Of course, we're just kind of going through this quickly for the purpose of this workshop. But that is an exercise that you can start tuning into. Let the mind and all the worries and all the things that you think it needs to be doing or it should be doing or it should be achieving, and just tune into that inner awareness and that excitement. And as you tune into that inner awareness and that inner excitement, it begins to help you to tune in more to your soul's calling. Now we go into the next section here, a cutting edge, pillar 3, I should say, cutting edge self-paced resource library. So we have video recordings of all the live teachings, curated self-paced courses and workshops. And you also just get direct access to our Inner Truth Seekers podcast episodes in there easily. That's already available free everywhere around the world on all the podcast platforms on our website. But the teachings from the podcast, we go deeper. From when you've listened to the podcast, we start going deeper into these teachings and they interweave with the Academy teachings. We also have a self-paced resource just on connecting with your own soul blueprint. And that's just a very small kind of, I would say, glimpse into some of the type of stuff we start doing in there. And then pillar 4 is everything available anywhere, anytime. So you can have this on your computer, on your phone, on your iPad, whether it be Android phone or an Apple phone, whatever it may be. And you can just get access to everything from our live events, our soul meets, our posting of the community, the forums, the questions, everything that we've just kind of looked at here in these 4 pillars, in this community, in this connection, this learning. This is then how we have built the platform. So here it is. Welcome to the Inner Truth Seekers Academy. So the first thing you'll do when you get here, you'll get a welcome video from us that will pop up. Or if you've already joined and you're just watching this back now, we'll send you that welcome video so that you get to see that as well. But when you come here, essentially the first thing that you want to do is you want to just click your member guide. And as you'll see here, we've already got these lessons in here, which are very just short, and we're just kind of finishing populating these as we go live tomorrow. But I'll just give you an example here where you just jump into one of the lessons here, and you can see we've got a video recorded of how to download the mobile app. For example, you have a nice little video here, and you can just jump into that. And then we'll also have here just instructions on how to do that. So if you go to the member guide, as soon as you jump into the Academy, you're going to have step-by-step guidance from us here that helps to make it clear and easy of how to navigate the Academy. And then you can come back to this at any moment in time to be able to, update yourself, or if you're stuck, you'll have all this information here to you. Of course, we're also here. You can ask a question to us or just send us a DM if you need some help navigating. But what I'm going to help to do here right now is just help you explore the areas that we have, which are known as spaces here, just very briefly give an overview of this. So announcements, this is where we have the announcements that are coming up. So this is where we just post everything about what's happening, what's coming on, live teachings, new course releases. At the top of every space, we also just have this introduction here so that you'll be able to see what we've got going on, what the purpose of this space is for, and guidelines of how to interact with it. So that will be the central place where you'll keep up to date with what's going on. So the share and connect, this is now, as we relate to the pillars, if we start thinking about the share and connect, this section's really about the collective consciousness and like-hearted community. So introduce yourself as an opportunity to say hello, tell us about yourself from the heart. And again, there's just some guidelines here of how to do that so that it helps you to have a framework just to introduce yourself. And then when people introduce themselves, we'll give them a warm welcome and make them feel welcome and part of the community. Next, sprints and challenges. This is really cool, I think, for people who really like taking conscious action. So living your soul's mission, a part of it is embodying, taking action, taking conscious action, rather than just having the idea about, this is what I want to do with my life. This is my purpose for incarnating. This is why I'm here. This helps you to take real-time conscious action towards alignment. So we'll have different sprints and challenges here that will be posted that you can engage in and help you to get compassionate accountability and support from the community and help you to take conscious action. Here's a really big part of the Academy, which is the Ask a Question section. So you can post your deepest inquiries and you can help others learn too. So here's a space and a forum where you can just start writing here. You can click and you can start a post. You can write, you can create your post, and then you can also comment on the post as well, help and support. So it's not just learning from Jamie and I. Jamie and I are a part of this. We are holding the container, but it's really about everyone getting involved together because everyone's inner truth helps each other learn. And we get to have this collective consciousness experience of learning from the most awe-inspiring souls around the planet who are taking bold steps into service to others that are saying, yes, this incarnation is about helping to be of service to others, to the planetary shift towards love. And yes, I don't want to compromise on my authenticity, my impact, or my abundance. I want to bring it all together and amplify and potentiate it, and then have these cool interactions and friendships and deep relationships that are not surface level, but with real people who really value the same things or similar things that I do. And that's where we bring into soul meets, where we'll be posting these, and we haven't posted any events yet, but once we go live with the Academy tomorrow, we'll start posting these events with everyone who's in there. And this is an opportunity to build one-on-one friendships and connections. But we do this also in a structured way that helps you to have prompts to connect with people, some different exercises, some fun events that help you to connect with people around the world. And of course, at any point, you can just jump in and you can send a direct message. If you go over here to the top right-hand corner, and I can't click on this right now because I'm just viewing it as a member, but you click here and you can direct message all of the members. You can have back and forth. You could do voice messages, all these different types of things. Once I've gone through this, I'll just drop back into that section when I change the view, but we'll keep going for now. And then the shares and the wins and the progresses section is about celebrating your wins and tracking your progress. Firstly, your progress deserves to be witnessed and celebrated. And I know that can be uncomfortable, but I don't think that for the most part, at least I can say, when we when we have a community of like-hearted souls that value inner truth, value being of service, we create this container that becomes an opportunity for us to be seen, to be heard, to see others in a mutually supportive environment, which can be very, very powerful and transformative. So it's not only about sharing your own progress, it's also about inspiring others through your authentic action. So again, we'll always have at the top here just different prompts at the top, or posts I should say, that are pinned, that just helps you to understand what these spaces are about. So as you may already see by now, joining the Academy, it is an interactive engagement. It's not a passive learning environment. It is something that is inviting you to engage, to show up, and we have so many different ways to do that. So at the moment, we're talking about the academy as a whole, the whole platform. And then when we carry on going, what we'll talk about is the accelerator pods, which are then your small intimate groups that you get to have deep interactions, deep integration of the teachings and the work that's coming up in these small intimate environments. So you have the whole overview of the collective consciousness of the whole academy as a whole. And then we have down here accelerator pods and accelerator chats. So I'll just preface that, but we'll continue right now with the whole academy as a whole, because this is the live teaching section. So you can see here again, during real-time sessions to learn and grow and connect. So we have 2 of these each month, one by me, one by Jamie for the most part, but that's how we plan to do it, to do one each. And we'll be speaking on topics, but not just topics, like in terms of what is coming up in terms of the collective consciousness of the academy, and also through interaction with people like yourself who want to know what it's about, want to know or have a real life situation that they want to work through, or there's these topics that are coming up in the individual and the collective. So it will continue to morph and change. And that's what's beautiful about being a founding member or joining us early on in the academy, that you have the opportunity to help shape the academy. The academy is about you. It's about the collective consciousness. It's about us coming together. It's not about Jamie and I. We're here to do it. We're here as part of our own soul's mission to be of service. And we've talked about having an academy for years. And technologically, now, as you can see, we're in the right time, in the right place where we can make this bespoke platform work that I say executes our soul's mission in a way that we can connect with people around the world in a powerful and transformative environment. And we're also giving access to us, unprecedented access to us around the world, pretty much the whole time. You know, we have our availability section, but we're in here Monday to Friday answering. We aim to answer and respond to posts within 24 hours, and we're creating these events and these teachings. So we're super excited about what gets to come through us, because the only thing I can guarantee is that through teaching, Jamie and I learn. And that is one of the greatest ways that we get to learn, is through the teachings that come through us, and then also the interaction with the people who are in our environment that we get to teach with. So we also learn from everyone who's here, which is beautiful, which is powerful for us. And it's really, really I would say, transformative, energetic exchange by everyone who is in this academy. And I just really want to just stress the point that when we come together, it's the learning experience of everyone being here together that makes it powerful and transformative. And we are so grateful to be able to create this container with you all. So if you can't tune into one of the live teachings, we'll have the library of all the recordings here, which will be here, and you can just revisit them. Often it can be powerful to revisit a teaching that has particularly resonated with you. We also have our self-paced courses. As you can see a couple here, like, for example, the Know Your Soul Blueprint course that I've just created. You can just jump in here. We'll be adding to these as we go along. But this is a self-paced course which you can just go into, and you can click in here. Just taking a moment to load because I'm already doing the live stream on Zoom. And then you can just jump into the lessons, and then you'll have a video here again with your lesson overview that you can return to, and you can go through at your own pace. So this is to support as well the live teachings. We'll also have all the live teaching recordings here, as we said. And then the podcast, you can just jump into the podcast recordings as well, which we'll be releasing also twice a month. And you can also learn through these, bring questions that you come up from the podcast into the academy, go deeper with us on the topics that we've already talked about in the academy, and have live direct interaction with Jamie and I, and then also speak with other people who have listened to the podcast and have deep, meaningful conversations and discussions. Here is just a quick access point to the additional paid offerings that we already have on our website. These are not included in the Academy pricing itself, but you can just jump in here. And then if anything you want to supplement or you want to do an additional private one-on-one course, you've got easy access just to jump to our website, to the point, to be able to learn more about what is there and how that can also support you as you continue to embody your soul's mission. But staying directly with what's included in the Academy, here are the pods. So you'll be assigned a pod, which is your small group, and then this is the other group meeting that you have. This is your small group meeting, which is also twice a month. Then you also have an ability to chat with your fellow pod members just here in the chat, just like any messaging device, where you can see here the leave a voice message, attach a file, GIF, pictures, emojis, all those types of things. This is where you'll be able to chat directly and privately with your own group, your Accelerator pod. So that's an overview, really, of everything that we've got contained within the Academy. And here, if you go back to the top to your feed, you will be able to see that you can see the trending posts and everything that's going on in the Academy, and you'll be able to comment and interact and engage. So if we go back to the Academy here, you can see how we've built in these 4 pillars of transformation, which takes you from isolation to authentic connection, which takes you from self-doubt to confidence. It takes you from confusion to clarity through the teachings, and it gives you a platform for this authentic connection and to really go from being someone who maybe is not sure about how to live their soul's mission to someone who embodies it. It may take you from someone who's already taking steps, who's already a heart-centered entrepreneur, or is already being of service. It helps you to amplify your authenticity, your impact, and abundance. Through all of the platform and engagement, we aim to help accelerate your progress. We aim to help you embody it easier. We aim to give you a framework to discover your own framework. So if you join the Academy, what we can guarantee is that there will be a level of teaching and presence from both Jamie and I that is going to be designed exactly with your own higher self to help unlock, to discover, to amplify your own soul blueprint. So if you've not checked out what the soul blueprint is, you can go back to one of the podcasts that we have on our website. The what is a soul blueprint? Why does it matter? We've already got some extensive content on that. But just to really talk about it from here, in terms of what we do, in terms of helping you to connect your soul blueprint is a map. We describe it like it's an acorn that has the design for your life that grows into the tree. We help you to connect with that, embody that, work through limiting belief, work through trauma, begin to understand your infinite non-dual nature beyond the illusion of this physical reality, to connect with your own intuition, to help bring that through into your life and your work. And you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be someone who's working for yourself. You may be an employee who works at an organization. You may work at a charity. You may just show up in your own community. You may be someone who is a conscious leader within your own business or within another organization. Essentially, it's bringing people together who want to make that positive impact to the planetary shift towards love, whether that be in your family unit, your community, your own business, or if you're someone who is starting to take those steps to become more self-independent, financially independent, create your own abundance, and then also create fulfillment. So I want to talk right now about how to align with your soul's mission in life and work, and why this alignment is key to unshakable well-being and fulfillment. Essentially, when you begin to align with your soul's mission, the invitation for you really is the acceptance of why you came here to Earth. Now, it's like a brief, I would say, insight. What kind of comes through here as I tune in, and this has been my own experience, but what wants to come through right now is that when the soul incarnates to Earth, part of the incarnation to Earth is that, I'll just bring the screen back on for a moment. When you incarnate on Earth, there is an amnesia that occurs where you forget your true nature. It's part of what would be described as the third density experience of Earth. We're moving into fourth density. So we're moving from third density to fourth density, and a part of that fourth density, in other words, the planetary shift towards love, a part of that shift, that transformation, is the remembrance of who you are. So simultaneously, what occurs and what happens is that you begin to remember why you came here. You are invited to accept your soul's mission. Now, I don't know what your soul's mission is. I can help you discover it, but it's up to you to find it and decide for yourself if you wish to accept it. Now, in spiritual community, spiritual teachings, I want to dispel one of the myths that often comes up, that if you want to be of service, if you want to live your soul's mission, that with that comes a level of deprivation, there comes with it a lack of abundance, there comes with this kind of striving or martyrdom that keeps you within a lower level of consciousness, whilst pretending or having the illusion that you might be going to another level of consciousness through doing it. Now, for someone whose spiritual path and authentic soul mission may be to have a life of deprivation, that's a soul lesson that wants to be learned. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is that for most people, in my experience, it doesn't have to be that way. You can amplify your authenticity, your impact, and your abundance through being of service to others. Your mission is resourced. It's not choosing between having money and living your soul's mission. And it doesn't even need to be that you go and start and you're doing spiritual work or this type of spiritual practice or this healing practice. You can embody and live your soul's mission and find this deep fulfillment and abundance from within that you tune into and connect to because it's already there. It is the design for your life. As you tune into that design for your life, it enables you to tune into the resource stream that's already there. Just like when you turn on the tap in your house, the water already comes out the pipe. The water is already there. You're just turning on the tap to tap into it, to get access to this infinite wellstream of abundance that is there, that is your soul's mission. Now, part of being on earth for a lot of us is this level of trauma, this level of separation, the very experience of separation that we have. So learning to embody your soul's mission can often bring that up to the top. In other words, all of these blocks and limiting beliefs that we have in standing in the way of us accessing this abundance infinitely and clearly and authentically. So a lot of this work can be also working with the trauma that comes up because, we have society, we have our parents, we have the whole systems that are in place of enslavement that are on the planet, the different monetary systems and all these different types of things, which aren't inherently bad. They've just been used in many different ways for a period of time to create the experience of control, manipulation, and separation. But we don't have to be a prisoner to those systems. We don't have to be a prisoner to the way those systems have been used. We can authentically amplify our own mission through connecting to the very reason why we came here to Earth for this experience, and then to be able to tap into that, not only for our own transformation of ourselves, but for that radiating out that love and abundance out to others, into the planetary field, to shift the planetary field towards love. As we go through and as we look through on the planet, these experiences of separation that are around here everywhere, the opportunity is for us is to be that beacon of truth, that beacon of light, that beacon of awareness that helps people connect back into their own inner truth, their own inner awareness, that gives them the opportunity to rediscover why they came here, what their soul's path and evolution is, and then how they can use that awareness of the soul's blueprint to find full fulfillment and well-being, not just through abundance in terms of monetary experiences, but we're talking about this abundance of love, happiness, joy, peace, awareness, fulfillment, recognition that I am living this soul's mission that I came here for, that I am in alignment with truth, the one infinite creator and creation that flows through me, that expresses itself and illuminates everything around me. We tune into that and we allow it to express itself through our life and our work, through our community, through our family, through our relationships, through our organizations, through our business. And we get to have this conscious choice and awareness and ability to just tune into that and give ourselves this experience that we came here for in service to the whole, in service to love. So, as you can tell, I'm excited, and I've been very excited about this for a long time. And for me, I can just speak briefly about my own story. You know, coming from a background living in the corporate world, business, recruitment, energy recruitment, starting my own recruitment energy business. Jamie's also had, before she came and met me, and we had our life together and we created Inner Truth Seekers and the businesses that we've done before this. She also was a landscape gardener, landscape designer, had her own business doing these amazing prairie designs. So Jamie and I have lived through this. We've lived through this through the world of what you might call the corporate world, the kind of the Western world. We've traveled the world. We've created soul-aligned businesses that have continued to express themselves. And now we're coming together in what has been our most, I would say, transformative and authentic expression of our own inner truth combined, which is Inner Truth Seekers. And a big part of that is the Inner Truth Seekers Academy, where we want to help you to live your soul's mission in life and work, not just as a concept, but as a way of life, and something that helps you to be abundant, to be authentic, to really increase your impact. You came all the way to Earth. Why not make it impactful? Why not make it your truth? So I'll just pause there for a moment, and I want to make sure I cover everything else that we said that we're going to talk about. So just bringing that back, and I'll just share again here for a moment. Sharing just back to the Academy, as you can see, all of these different areas, what we've got here, are set up, designed meticulously to help amplify that transformation, which we've just talked about, to take you from isolation to authentic connection, from about self-doubt in your path to what it might be, to confidence, from confusion about what your soul's mission is and how to live it and what your purpose is, to clarity, not just in terms of what it is, but through to confident execution and transformation of your life, of physical reality. And doing this together, supported by the most awe-inspiring souls who come together and value the same things as you may do, as that we share, as that we put out as an expression of our own soul blueprint. There is an illumination that is a beacon out to other souls around the world that resonate with what we have to share and what we have to teach and why we think it's important. And if it doesn't resonate, there's no problem. I trust that you have your own soul's mission and it will develop and you will find it one way or another. I'm not concerned about that. What I'm inviting you to do, and what Jamie and I are inviting you to do, is if you resonate with what we've put together, what's come through us, that's come through us in our own soul blueprint, expressing itself, going out into the collective field. If you feel into your body that what we're talking about is a yes, just the invitation to sign up, to try this. You get 30 days to try it as a satisfaction guarantee. And at the end of it, if you don't feel any profound shifts beginning, we'll just refund everything to you. So just the invitation to give it an opportunity to allow your soul's mission to come through you. You came all the way to Earth. And I'll say this, you came all the way to Earth. Why not make it count? Why not at least understand why you came here and then give yourself conscious awareness about what it is that you came here to do. And then with that awareness, make conscious actions and choices, not because someone tells you to do, not because you have to, because it lights up every part of your being and you desire fulfillment, you desire well-being, you desire to increase your impact, you desire to increase your authenticity and abundance as you step into service to others. So that's kind of just an overview here. And I want to talk about why going it alone might not be the most effective strategy for accelerating your evolution. So I'm going to say that if you decide, and it is your own soul's blueprint, to be isolated and alone, and this is the best way to do that, then absolutely honor that. And you may go through phases, as I have in my own life, where there's more internal and there's more connecting outwards. But the question here is going it alone the most effective solution for you for accelerating your evolution and also to embody your soul's mission? And this is why so much of the academy is about interaction and engagement, and why you're encouraged to be engaged and not a passive participant. Because this engagement that we have, as you can see, the introduce yourself, the sprints and challenges, ask a question, the soul meets, the share your wins and progresses, coming together on the live teachings in live formats. And then also, which is, real deep connection here, is your accelerator pods and your accelerator chats, where you bring everything together, you potentiate each other, and you help each other learn and grow from mutual support, mutual connection, deep friendships aligned at a soul level. So I'll just stop sharing again now. And when I want to talk about why going it alone might not be the most effective solution for you, is that just talking about the mirrors of reflections, which are available to us. And we get these mirrors and we get these reflections from our physical reality all the time. We get these opportunities to see ourselves clearly through the mirror of our engagements and our interactions on Earth. Now, with you in a relationship, you might see that you have reflections on a daily basis about your own traumas, your own kind of areas or wounds, or opportunities to see yourself and your brilliance more clearly, if you're in a supportive relationship, I should say. And then what we do when we go out in the world, often we get reflections from people, and we get these reflections and interactions and engagements, and we have this opportunity to transform these things within ourselves. But we may not be in the best container. There is no container on planet Earth, really. You're just going out and about. Those reflections can sometimes be unsolicited. They can be untrauma informed. They can be, in some cases, malicious, the way that people interact and engage with us. So what we're doing here is we're creating a container that encourages you to be courageous in seeing yourself through the reflections of others, and others to be able to provide that soul-aligned, centered, heartfelt, compassionate, loving reflections to each other so that we can learn and grow. In other words, through these engagements, you're going to be able to see more about yourself, more than likely, than you would if you were just on your own. Like, you can't necessarily see yourself as clearly. If I just look at myself right now, I can't see myself as clearly as I do when I look at myself on the screen and see that reflection. So it's about seeing yourself more clearly. And through that, when you have a group of soul-aligned persons around here with you who are all doing the same and all value compassionate accountability and love and support and acceleration and soul level evolution and the planetary shift towards love, we create this supportive, courageous, and brave container that, if you choose so with your own free will, because there's always free will, there's always spiritual sovereignty, it's always sovereignty aligned evolution as part of the foundations of the academy, you have the opportunity to engage and accelerate yourself beyond where you would be able to be if you were just on your own. At least that's my belief and my experience. That is one of the reasons why coming together at the academy is, it's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be engaging, and it's also going to invite deeper reflection. It's going to invite a deeper inquiry of the self. And when we have these guidelines and values that we all agree to create this, based upon our decades of experience, combined decades of experience of holding retreats, of spaces, of holding trauma-informed care, of holding multidimensional containers, of helping people evolve, we've just taken what we feel like is the best from everything that we've learned to create this container that's going to support vulnerability. It's going to support this deep growth within, and it's going to support authentic connection. Because when we start connecting, we have these real conversations together, deep connections bond and deep friendships form beyond the surface level interactions that we may find in our perhaps local community or from someone who doesn't value the same things as we do. So I wanted to make sure that I covered that. And again, just tune into your body, tune into what resonates, and see what works for you. And then I want to just talk about practical exercises to take steps towards embodying your soul blueprint now. So, if you just tune into your body and your awareness, and just tune into the awareness that you came to Earth and that you have a purpose, and it's not an accident that you were here, just notice what begins to happen in your body. Just becoming simply aware of the fact that it was not an accident that you came to Earth. The people that you have in your life around you right now, it's not coincidence. The experiences that you have, the interactions and engagements that you have, were not accidental. They're all teaching you something every moment of every day. So that's just a one awareness that comes up. Two is just becoming aware, as we've already tuned into a little bit more, about what excites you. Can you imagine right now if for the next hour or 30 minutes, you just followed things that excited you? Okay, what do I want to do right now? What excites me the most? If you did that each day, just followed what excited you the most for 30 minutes at a time, or if you get a little bit more brave, extending the times or multiple times per day, just start following what excites you, because that's your soul blueprint whispering to you about something here that is exciting. So there's just a couple of things. In terms of other like insights or inquiries into living your soul's blueprint, the analogy that I use a lot is it's about surfing the wave of your incarnation rather than swimming upstream. If you've got these things that light you up, that are exciting, that is just already resourced, already awesome, already filling you with joy, why not learn to connect with that, move through the discomfort of the limiting beliefs and the traumas that have been projected upon to us, and learn to connect to that wave, stop swimming upstream, and allow your soul blueprint to illuminate the path for you. We talked about the acorn and the tree very briefly. We go into it in more detail in the podcast and in the academy. But if we talk about the acorn and the acorn doesn't have to do anything to be a tree. It just becomes it. It's already programmed in. So it's already programmed in for you to become who you're already going to be, who you already are. Now you can swim upstream and then eventually the stream will probably get so intense that it will just wash you in the direction that you were always planning on going anyway. But why not surf it? Why not ride that wave of your soul blueprint? Learn to enjoy it. Learn to amplify your authenticity. The reason why we are inauthentic on planet Earth, in my experience, is because we believe that being inauthentic might be more valuable, that we might get more love, we might get more abundance, or we might get more resources, or we might feel safer if we're inauthentic. But in my experience, the invitation here is to stop choosing between safety and authenticity or living your soul blueprint and abundance. It's about finding that through line that is your own higher self, that is your soul's calling, shouting from the rooftops to you to listen, to understand that you don't have to compromise on your authenticity, your impact, and your abundance. There is an opportunity to bring everything together, to bring it all into alignment, and to really enjoy this. Increase your impact, increase your authenticity and your abundance. So that's the Inner Truth Seekers Academy. This is a deep dive and a overview into the academy. So if you'd like to join, I'm just looking to see if we need anything else. If you'd like to join, head over to Inner Truth Seekers Academy. And at our website at innertruthseekers.com, hit the academy. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on the contact page. And yeah, if it resonates with you today, we'd love to see you there. Invite you just to tune into your heart. You already have the answers within. Hopefully, this has given you some more clarity today about what it might be. If there are some more questions that come up from this and you don't have all the questions answered, reach out or book a clarity call with Jamie and I. We'd be happy to speak with you. And hopefully, this has given you the information, the guidance, the direction that you need. And I would just say, yeah, so much love to you. So much gratitude to you for incarnating on Earth. Congratulations. Thanks for all the work that you're doing. And yes, I hope that we may connect with you soon.